How's it going, fellow ghosts? So this is my samurai build, which I was using for my nightmare survival. I'm just going to show you the build. So if you don't want to listen to my breakdown of the build, you could just take a picture or just pause the video. And the techniques. Okay, so to break down the build from top to bottom, stone katana. This is the foundation of the build. That's why it's called Stone Master, Stone Master Explosive Blade Samurai. Obviously, we're not using bombs here. We just want to focus on melee. So get as much melee damage as possible. Get the Oni damage. Stone Master for your fast attacks. Generally for the stone stance, the combinations you want to use on your controller are triangle, triangle, square. The heavy attacks for triangle will build up resolve faster. So you want to use a lot of the triangles. And why I suggest triangle, triangle, square, and keep repeating this combination is because your character will attack endlessly without stopping. So far, as much as you input the buttons triangle, triangle, square. Additionally, you could do square, triangle. Keep repeating those. Or for high DPS, square, square, triangle, square, square, triangle. I think that has a higher DPS because it seems to be the fastest during my experimentations. Square, square, triangle does the most DPS. But if you want to gain resolve faster, probably triangle, triangle, square. I also use triangle, triangle, triangle. So all three triangles, because your final triangle attack, according to the description here, perform stone stance heavy attacks with ferocious speed, and the final attack does increased damage. So throughout the video on the Nightmare Survival Solo video, you saw me playing. I do use all three triangles on the Crow Demon because it breaks his it staggers him faster. So I could follow up with combos because I want to stop him. I want to stop the Crow Demon from spamming those Crow attacks. So yeah, the three triangle combinations are quite good in staggering the Crow Demons. Also the brute enemies as well because they're quite easy to dodge. Yeah, so the final perk would be Way of the Flame. Ideally, when you have the ultimate ready, activate Way of the Flame and then use your Hachiman's Fury because that will do additional damage. Just remember to activate Way of the Flame before using the Hachiman's Fury. Now for the ranged weapon, I went with the longbow, and actually don't underestimate the longbow. It's actually very good in my opinion. It does a lot of damage. You could actually two-shot the regular Oni archers. I'm not talking about the purple Oni archers, but the regular Oni archers. You could actually two-shot them if you fully draw the bow and arrow. When the arrow is fully or close to fully drawn, you could two-shot them if you hit them on the head. And you will see that in my Nightmare Survival solo video. And this is actually quite good to shoot your teammates when they're trapped in the orbs in the Raids Chapter 1 and 2, or when there are the Eyes of Eel roaming the battlefield for Nightmare Survival. So the longbow, in my opinion, is actually really good. Obviously, this is a melee focused build, so we're not going to be using Forbidden Medicine. And well, this is another topic for another time, but I don't think this is samurai in my opinion. So yeah, you could just stick with the half bow. Additionally, you could get range resolve gain. and range damage because the half bow is very weak. But yeah, just experiment. I recommend the longbow though. Get draw speed and reload speed as high as you can. Get versatile, so you could use it on your samurai, and get the shield piercing ammo. I prefer shield piercing ammo over the helmet piercing ammo. So you could just hit them from you could hit enemies from afar, especially enemies with shields. So you don't have to struggle to get the headshots. But there's a lot of enemies that don't use helmets anyways, so getting headshots isn't a problem for me anyways. For the charm, get obviously stack melee damage as much as you can. Additionally, you could go for Oni damage on the second property, but I decided to go for the ultimate. Um, I think having one Oni damage and one ultimate damage on the sword or charm, or vice versa, is good because I think without the ultimate, it's kind of a waste using the Hachiman's Fury when you could deal more ultimate damage. But it's really preference. But in my opinion, I feel that uh, having one Oni damage and one ultimate damage is appropriate for my playstyle, anyways. Get blessed strikes. This is a must to keep yourself healed when you are slashing your sword against enemies. And I went with health increase because after all, this is a melee build. I don't have bombs and smoke bombs to protect myself. So having the extra health is a mandatory, I feel, for survival, especially in solo. For Ghost Weapon 1, this is highly recommended because the Spear Kunai will it will lower all of your cooldowns as the description implies here by 10 seconds. And I feel this is mandatory for this week's Nightmare Survival because this week's worldly modifiers are the ghost ability cooldowns take longer. So using the explosive blades, the base cooldown is 36 seconds, but with the current worldly modifier, it's going to take longer. The base cooldown is going to be longer. So I recommend weakening your enemies, like getting their health low, and then hit them with the Spear Kunai to lower all of your cooldowns, especially the explosive blade. This will also apply to your ghost weapons as well, so you could get more heals. Obviously, we're stacking as much melee damage as possible again. Get cooldown reduction on kill on the second property. The best perks, in my opinion, are Supermassive and Hidden Blades, because with Hidden Blades, you hit multiple enemies, which will give you more resolve, and with the Supermassive, it will ensure that you could kill enemies with little health. For Ghost Weapon 2, get Healing Gourd. Get as much injured resolve gain as you can. That way, when you're getting hit, you'll also be generating resolve. Even though it's risky, but this is the melee playstyle, so we're not using any smoke bombs. We want to play this as a real samurai, you know? We're going to fight our enemies head on. We're not going to hide. So yeah, get the injured resolve gain as high as you can. Cooldown reduction on kill. So the more you kill, the faster you could have your healing gourd up ready up again. Get Strong Brew and Sudden Resolve. Throughout the video on the Nightmare Survival Solo, you'll see me using the healing gourd even with my health full. I use it because with the Sudden Resolve, it gives me the first resolve on use. So I find that quite useful in getting resolved faster. So you could use your ultimate more frequently because the purple Onis in the later stages, in the later waves, are very tough. So you want to try to get rid of them as fast as possible. Otherwise, they're going to be a problem. So yeah, that's pretty much my build. As for techniques, this is an explosive blade build. So choose explosive blade over spirit pole or raging flame. Now I went for more health because, like I said, this is a melee build. We're going to fight our enemies head on. We're not going to use any bombs or smoke bombs to hide. So yeah, get more health here. Resolve increase. That way we could use the Hachiman's Fury more and Hachiman's Frenzy, so we could use two extra strikes on the Hachiman's Fury. So yeah, that's pretty much the breakdown of my build. Just in case you guys are curious, here's my fashion set. I went for all white because I think if it's the snow theme in Blood in the Snow, since it's, Blood in the Snow is the survival map for this, the Nightmare survival map for this week. So I went from Spartan, Shadow Crescent, Master Snowy Mac, McKay. I don't know how to pronounce that. And Emperor's Tears. For the emotes and VFX, I went for Duelist and Winter Ginkgo. And yeah, that concludes my breakdown of the build. I hope you guys enjoyed. I like to do Nightmare Survival solo with a melee assassin in the future. So yeah, stick around. Take care, ghosts.